Good evening.
My name is Pahal and I'm the student of Mindset Training Academy. And today I'm going to talk about a wonderful personality whose name is Cyrus Poonawala. So obviously by listening his name you can get to know he's a Pune guy from Maharashtra. Even I'm seeing Maharashtra, which is a very wonderful place. And like that, who's Mr. Cyrus Poonawala is 83 years old right now, and his net worth in the world is 2,430 crores USD, and he's a billionaire businessman in India, and is the fourth richest person in India.
Wow.
So he is the owner of two companies. One we know, which is the Serum Institute of India, and now the second is it's a banking company, which is Poonawala Fincorp, FINCROP. It is a NBFC company, which is non-banking financial company. So they provide consumer finance. So he has two companies, and he is the owner of it, and he's the chairman of Serum Institute of India and directing manager. And he has a son whose name is Poonawala, who is the CEO of Serum Institute of India. So what is the story of this person? How this person became so good in making vaccines and all? How India is one of the best vaccine sellers now? So there's a long story about this. So once, I'll tell you in a short. Once when our person who is Cyrus Poonawala, he completed his education and he was at the point to choose his education. He came to his father and his father told, son, you have two choices. One, continue our family business. So they had a family business of horses, raising horses. And two, do something that no one did in India. He got confused, what can I do that no one did in India and all. So he was a little confused. Then he thought of making vaccines which are cheap. He saw many people suffering because of not getting vaccines and treatments and all because they can't afford it. He saw many people suffering, many people sad, many family members crying because of their kids. They didn't get treatment and all. So his goal was what he thought. Instead of people dying with severe condition, if they die with a good treatment, it is more better, right? If they have good treatment and people survive, it's very good. So his main goal was to make cheap and the largest, biggest vaccine manufacturer in India. But Indian government didn't help him when he came to this goal. All this Serum Institute of India was made by his own contribution to the Indian government. So when he made his first vaccine, he asked Indian government for funding because you want so much money to make those vaccines and all, right? But he didn't. But Indian government at that time they thought that India doesn't have any scope in medicals and all. They didn't thought that it is important and all, so they didn't focus on that a lot. But he did it. He still managed to make vaccines and all. And now, after so much struggle, when he's 83 years old, India is one of the best vaccine sellers in the world.
Wow.
And also the coronavirus, the pandemic, which we suffered a lot, the vaccine which was revealed by India was made in Serum Institute of India.
Wow.
And India was the first person to make vaccine for coronavirus. And that's so inspiring when we think about Cyrus Poonawala that he didn't have anyone to help him. But still he came to this point. And his son, who is Poonawala, is also managing his company and taking over the company and all. But there's one very interesting thing about Cyrus Poonawala. He was given two options by his father to choose or his family business or do something unique. But he did both. Now,
Nice.
the horse racing, what he has, India now, his horse, this thing is one of the biggest horse field in India. Yeah, and he has more than 3,300 horses in his field. So he managed
300.
more than 300 horses, including the younger ones, which are small horses and all. So he has so much big horse field. But he tells that he thinks that India doesn't have craze in horses and all. All the US people from other countries come to India to learn horse riding and the horse matches now because of his contribution. Even though US is one of the best vaccine sellers, is the first best vaccine sellers in the world, he tells that if Indian government would have helped him, they would have reached this point 3 years ago. And now he tells that within these 3 years, India will be the best and biggest vaccine sellers.
Wow.
So by his life story, we get to know that it's not important that everyone, if people will help you in your future. You should know how to carry on without the help of people. To never continue, never quit. And one more thing, you should always be confident and do what you like. And it's not important you to have one dream. If you have many dreams also, you should find a way to achieve it. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful.